Okay, now student, today we will discuss about the first chapter, that is national income. Okay, this is the first chapter. This is the first chapter of macroeconomics. Okay, I think you know the syllabus. There are two parts. First part is macroeconomics, macroeconomics, and the second part is Indian economy. Okay, so one by one we will discuss macroeconomics and Indian economy. Okay, so first today we will discuss about the first chapter of macroeconomics, that is national income. Okay, so before I start national income, we have to know uh, some basic concepts of national income. Okay, so basically the concept of economics comes from the economist whom we know, Adam Smith. Okay, Adams Smith. Okay, Adam Smith is called the father of economics also. Okay, his first concept his first brought the concept of economics, and that is why we say Adam Smith is the father of economics. Okay, so there are some basic concepts that we should know, that Adam Smith said that when we say a country is a rich country or a poor country. When we say a country, this is a basic concept. When we say a country is a rich country or a poor country. So basically we say that when a country is abundant with resources, then we say this country is a rich country, and if the resources is not abundant, then we say it is a poor country. But this concept is not true. This concept is also not true. Why? Because we see that Africa is a wealthy nations. Okay, there are so many resources over there, but still we see that in African continent there are so many countries, they are very poor countries. Whereas in Japan is not very abundant of resources, or so many resources is not there in Japan. Okay, but still Japan is a rich country. Why? Because Japan knows that how to convert these resources into production purpose. This is very important. Once you know that how to convert these resources into production purpose, then only you becomes a rich country. Okay, otherwise your resources will be useless. So that happens to Africa and Latin America. There are so many resources over there, but they cannot convert it, they cannot use some technologies so that they can convert these resources into a production purpose. So why this production purpose is important? Why this production purpose is important in economics? Production purpose is important in economics because it creates economic activity. Okay, because this production purpose creates economic activity, and without economic activity you cannot be a rich country. If there is an economic activity in your country, then only it becomes a rich country. Okay, otherwise it's not possible. Okay, so Adam Smith says that if resources is in your country, that doesn't mean that you are a rich country. If you convert these resources into production purpose, and this production purpose creates economic activity, then only your country become or convert into from poor to rich country. Okay, so why I am saying this? Because when we discuss national income, these concepts are very very important to know. Okay, these concepts are very very important to know before we start the chapter national income. Okay, so in national income, when we start national income, we have to understand some basic concepts. Okay, like final goods, number 2 intermediate goods. Okay, final goods, intermediate goods. It is very important to know which goods is the final goods and which good is intermediate goods. Okay, intermediate goods, which goods we say intermediate goods? Basically the raw materials. Which goods are intermediate goods? Basically those goods are used by a producer for further production. For further production, when a producer use a goods for further production, that goods further production, that means जब हम लोग कोई goods को further production के लिए use करते हैं, ठीक है, those goods basically we say those goods are intermediate goods. Okay, why? Like raw materials, raw materials is a intermediate goods. So intermediate goods are those goods which goods are basically used for production purpose, like sugar. I'm taking an example like sugar. Sugar is an intermediate good. Okay, because it is used in chocolate. Okay, that is why this sugar is an intermediate goods, because this sugar is used as a raw material for producing chocolate. And another thing is, sugar has lost its identity. Sugar in the production process, sugar has lost its identity and it becomes a chocolate. It comes into chocolate. Okay, that is why sugar is intermediate goods. Another example we can take that, like cotton. Okay, cotton is a intermediate good. Why? Because cotton is used as a raw material in farm. Cotton is used as a raw material, and by using cotton we got cloths. Okay, हमें क्या मिलता है? तो जब हम लोग कॉटन यूज़ करते हैं तो कॉटन यूज़ करके हम लोग को क्लॉथ्स मिलता है. ठीक है, तो कॉटन क्या है? कॉटन इज़ अ intermediate goods. Why? Because cotton has lost its identity. And in the production process it converts into cloths. Okay, in the production process it converts into cloths. That is why we say cotton is a intermediate goods. Okay, and now which goods we say final goods? We say those goods are final goods, basically which goods are ultimately used by the consumers, or those goods we say those goods are final goods which goods are ready to sell in the market. ठीक है, जो goods आपका मार्केट में सेल होने के लिए तैयार हैं. ठीक है, once a goods comes into the market for sale, that goods we say a final goods. Once a goods comes into the market for sale, that goods we say a final goods. Like cloths has come into the market for sale. Okay, cloths has come into the market for sale when cotton converted to cloths. This cloths is a final goods. Why? Because this goods is ready to sell into the market. तो जो एक बार अगर कोई goods मार्केट में आ गया है तो वो सेल होने के लिए, तो उस goods को हम लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं? फाइनल गुड्स बोल रहे हैं. ठीक है, लाइक कॉटन हम लोग बोल सकते हैं, लाइक कार. ओके, what is the intermediate goods? Iron is used here, okay, steel is used here. These are intermediate goods, and when it becomes ready to sell into the market, that goods, that is car, is a final goods. Okay, so these are the two concepts, final goods and intermediate goods. And one thing very very important to know, that we never take the value of intermediate goods in the national income. We always take the value of final goods. We always take the value of final goods in the estimation of national इनकम. ठीक है, हम लोग क्या करेंगे, कभी भी इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स का जो वैल्यू होता है वो हम लोग कभी भी नेशनल इनकम एस्टिमेशन में नहीं लेंगे. ठीक है, वी ऑलवेज टेक द वैल्यू ऑफ फाइनल गुड्स. फाइनल गुड्स का वैल्यू को हम लोग हमेशा नेशनल इनकम में लेंगे. ठीक है, अदरवाइज इट टेक अ डबल काउंटिंग एरर. ओके, अदरवाइज इट शोज अ डबल काउंटिंग एरर, क्योंकि कॉटन का वैल्यू ऑलरेडी क्लॉथ्स में आ चुका है. ठीक है, आयरन और स्टील का वैल्यू ऑलरेडी हम लोग कार में ले चुके हैं, एंड दैट इज़ वाई द वैल्यू ऑफ इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स विल नेवर बी इंक्लूडेड इन द national income accounting. We always take the value of final goods, okay, in the estimation of national income. ठीक है, in our next video we'll discuss about the some other basic concepts of national income. Okay, thank you.